Hello, Ruben Leverage, the Eco Gypsy. Welcome to the channel. If you hadn't seen me before, check out the other videos. There's tons and tons of stuff on there. Some stuff about Gypsy heritage, wagon painting and carts and stuff like that. There's also a lot of off-grid stuff. The video today is an interesting one. Well, hopefully it'll be interesting. I've met a couple and they're running a little sort of cottage industry business. It's something that is relatively unusual and they're making a really good go of it. What they're doing is a really nice idea. I'm going to take you around their place today and show you the setup and what they're up to. And Norfolk's full of these characters and people who are doing, you know, interesting little backyard businesses out of the sheds, and there's a lot of them around here, which is one of the reasons I love living here so much. So come and enjoy the journey anyway. Right, we're here with Daniela from
Vintage Industrial Switch.
Vintage Industrial Switch. This place is cool. We're going to show you around the equipment, and basically you're going to tell me what you do here.
Well, I'll give it a go, yeah.
There you go. You make vintage light switches and plugs?
We do. We make all our switches and sockets out of alloy wheels that have been crushed by our friendly scrap man, and we melt those down, so it's good old recycled materials.
Cool. And you can do anything personalised, anything, fairly much anything at all?
Yeah, I've got a couple of personalised ones I can show you in a minute.
Cool.
So these are all our drills that we drill our switches with. This one's going to be a double socket. Right. So it's got a lid over there, and we will put one of these double face plates in it. So you have a double socket,
right,
like so.
So this is just what you like, a standard one, but you also do sort of more bespoke stuff? Yeah,
this is your heavy duty stuff. We do smaller ones with just the little round sockets. They don't have an on-off switch, but they do. They work, obviously. They do well, and a bit smaller and not so heavy duty.
But more industrial looking.
Yep, still industrial looking.
So I think
do the job.
The thing what's very interesting, or what I find interesting is anyway, you're actually casting all the stuff yourself.
We do.
You're wiring all the stuff yourself, and you're making all the stuff yourself.
We do. The only thing we buy are the screws and the actual switches themselves.
Right.
The toggle switches.
Locally, you're selling locally, or you done international, or?
We do international. We sell a lot to Australia, New Zealand way. I've got a big order going out this week to Switzerland. We go anywhere. We sell on eBay, we've got our own website, and we sell on Etsy.
What's the website name?
vintageindustrialswitch.com.
I will put a link in the description on the video, and we're going to do a bit of a look around now. I mean, it's a small business, 2 people here, but the quality of the stuff and what they're actually doing, I think, is awesome. But we'll show you around the gear now. Right, let's just have a look at some of this equipment, because there's some pretty mad stuff in here. This is obviously a bench drill, but a big monster drill. So all this is used daily, I assume?
Yeah.
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 And then we've got a number of different...
These are all tapping machines. So
yeah,
they're the ones that put your thread into your base for the screws to go into,
right,
to hold them all together.
And these are some of the personalised stuff. So you can have, can you have any name or anything you want
on
there?
You can have anything personalised. These switches, this is a standard 2-way switch. This one's an RTS, so it stops there in the middle and that.
Right.
And this one will have a dimmer knob put on it as well.
Right.
When that's done. These are going to have sockets put in. And this is going to have 2 dimmers put in. Lovely.
Yeah, the finish of these are very tactile and lovely finish to them.
These are all just waiting to be polished now.
Yeah. Cool, we'll have a look at some polished ones. Wow, so this is them finished. Lovely finish on them.
We can also have them powder coated in black if that's
right,
what the customer wants. I had some yesterday, but they've been dispatched. So.
Yeah, nice. Fantastic little workshop. I'll take you through now to what is the foundry.
These are all our patterns.
They're the patterns. I've got a few of these at Driftwood, which are old clock parts and some nice old wooden cog parts and stuff.
Yeah.
So these are all the moulds for the your different things, yeah.
So that's your 3-gang switch. These are your 1-gang switches that we've just been looking at.
Yeah, they're mad.
Yeah.
And these are made up. Back in the day, they'd have been done by hand.
They would, but now we make the patterns with 3D printer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
a
there's
bit more
some.
durable.
Yeah.
And
So what we got in here?
Is magic.
There's a man over there who's not too keen on being on camera, so we'll get the back of him. There. What's this big mixer?
This is our big mixer. That was our bargain. Bought it for £50.
Look at that.
It just mixes the sand, breaks it down after it comes on the moulds. After it comes out of the moulds, after
Yep.
it's cast, it breaks it all down, and so that it can be.
So there's a black casting sand, is it?
Yeah, it starts out like bright orange,
Right.
and then as it gets used and burnt off, it changes colour.
Oh, so it's just been reused and reused then?
Oh yeah, you
Right.
use it more than once.
Yeah.
We've been using this sand for what, 2 years, Ed?
Yeah.
Ah, right. I thought that's some special casting sand. That's why it's black.
No. Well, it is special casting sand, but it's reusable.
Right.
It's not a one-off thing.
Okay. So shall we see what this fella's done then?
I'll do one from start to finish.
Okay.
If you hang on for
No problem. I can hang on.
This is the metal we use for the castings, and as you see, it's just crushed up alloy wheels.
Yeah.
So probably each light switch could have done over 100,000 miles. Who knows?
I know with the wheels, I know when I'm weighing scrap in, and the wheels make good money because the quality of the alley's a lot better.
Oh yeah, it's the best really to
Yeah.
use for this sort of thing.
Wicked. Well, we'll get, obviously that's the furnace, so we'll get a bit of that in a bit. How much capacity do you get out of one?
One pot.
Yeah.
Depends on what we're casting, really.
8 kilos, you know.
How much?
8 kilos.
8 kilos, yeah.
And depending on what we're casting, how many boxes we can get out of each crucible.
Yeah. Alright, we'll do one from start to finish in a minute. Right, here with the main man, and this is a mould obviously for what you're casting, yeah?
Yep. So we're sand casting
Yeah.
using split boxes. And we do it complete. It takes about 5 minutes. 30 minutes. This is the pattern.
Yeah.
Like I say, I used to make them out of wood, but they're plastic now because of the. If you're making a multiple pattern, to make one is not too difficult. To make 2 the same size and to make 4 the same size is a real pain.
Yeah.
So
That was talc you just put on there, wasn't it?
talcum pattern.
Yeah.
And that's it's Cousin's talcum pattern. Well, no, it's Johnson's. It's Johnson's, not Cousin's, because Cousin's sticks. It's a slightly different formula. So you shove the sand in loose, pack it down. This is very fine sand. It doesn't have much strength in it, so you have to pack it down quite hard.
And so you're just reusing that
Yeah, we
fairly
use
much continuously then?
We use it over and over again. We use this for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And we have to keep adding TQF oil, gearbox oil to it.
Right.
Thin down with alcohol
Right.
to transport the oil, otherwise that would just make a mess.
Yeah.
So you get the oil in suspension, and the oil forms the bond.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's lots of different types of sand, and we used to use ordinary green sand. You use water to inflate the clay, and the clay makes the bond. But in this case, the oil makes the bond, and it's.
Well, that's quite in there then, isn't it?
But that's horrifyingly expensive.
Yeah.
That work out about £3,000 a tonne, I think.
Wow.
But once you've made the investment, you can use it for a long while. You know?
Yeah.
As long as you keep adding your oil.
So you just flip that over. This is obviously the back side of it then.
So I've rotated the box.
Yeah.
The tube will come out, and that's where the oil gets introduced.
Right.
Not the oil,
The oil.
the metal.
Yeah.
Cut oil.
That's all right, I can edit that out, it's fine. A bit of special effects will look 20 years younger and sound really super intelligent.
Yeah.
All people who watch this channel regularly know that's a lie.
This is unusual in that we use this ebony stick because there are all sorts of tamping shapes. People use like a wedge, but this stick works nicely for us because it fits in and it provides just the right amount of pressure. And because obviously if you've got a big flat stick, the pressure doesn't build up in the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I can use the same stick to squashing it down.
And that's obviously going in that drum and then you're just reusing it as time goes by.
Out on wheels, we shut it into the mixer and
Yeah.
we're off again. So split the box. You have to lift it very carefully, absolutely vertically, otherwise that'll drag off. This pattern needs a bit of work really. That's why it's captured around there. But I don't make a difference to that. And what I'm doing is wrapping the sides to break it from the pattern. So I do it to make sure that bit in the middle comes free, and then you wrap it from side to side just to make it a little bit bigger and move it around. Because although there's about between 2 and 5 degrees draft on these, that's a taper on the edge.
Yeah.
It still needs a little bit of help to come out.
Wow, that's excellent.
So these two halves go back together.
Yeah.
The metal goes down the hole.
And fills it up.
What I'm doing is cutting a funnel here now. Because I can't hit a 3/4 inch hole with a molten metal. I've got to make sure there's nothing loose to go down the hole. That's the sprue that will carry it to each side.
Yeah.
That little square hole is an earth tag.
Right.
The face of the light. Switch.
Wicked.
And then we do it again.
Gonna drill a hole, a bloody big hole. Have a look at that drill.
18.5 mil, and then it will be tapped out to 20 mil.
Right. So it's quite labour intensive, all this. So all these are going to need drilling, and all of them are going to need
Yeah. On average, you drill 4, 6, a minimum of 8 holes on each switch.
right.
Obviously, if they want these 100 entries, then
And then you're tapping them.
and then you've got to tap them all.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's labour intensive. But Ed does all the all the casting and polishing, and I do all the drilling. So it's division of labour, and it works quite well.
Mm.
I have this fabulous X-fire drill. So if I don't get it in the right place, I'll say no. So that was already, that's 4, 8, 10. Yeah, 10 holes drilled in that one already.
Well,
So now we're going to thread them.
okay, we'll do a little bit of that. So that's now a dye in there, is it?
It's
For
the
threads.
thread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one hell of a drill.
I think we paid about 70 quid for this one. So
I know I get offered a lot of the industrial equipment all the while, and unless you've got a use for it, it is just scrap, isn't it?
yeah.
And some of the stuff we've broke up or weighed in or whatever is criminal, really.
It is sad. Because there's just not many of these things about.
No.
nowadays. So, one hole to be threaded. And threaded. That's how you thread a hole.
Wow. Yeah, you made that look easy. I know I've tried to tap and die stuff in there. I need a bigger drill, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Mind you, we go down as small as 3.5 mil. That's 20 mil.
Yeah.
But standard's 4 mil.
So I'm assuming them blocks are on there, so you've got something to lean on to when you're pouring, is it?
No, they're tops and flow. These are heavy enough,
Right.
but the aluminium, just although it's only that much from the top of the sprue,
Yeah.
it's enough pressure to force itself out. And I've seen the top will slide sideways and stuff
Oh.
like the side.
So it's just a weighted.
It's just a sort of, yeah, it doesn't need a lot. This one's a bit overkill. That's just enough to stop them floating.
Hmm. Right, so furnace is loaded.
Yeah. I need a glove because that takes care of your arm. And
Yeah. And you just got a gas furnace here then.
Yeah. What it does is it's quite high pressure regulator,
Mhm.
so it allows quite a lot of gas through, and that's just bled through a 1/4-inch pipe into the airstream.
Right.
There's no nozzle. That's just a massive amount of gas.
Yeah.
And you can mess about with nozzles.
Yeah.
But that's just an open pipe into the airstream.
Yeah.
And people find it interesting because you can get a lot of script about it. But that's all it is.
Wow. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of gas going through it.
Yeah. So how many of them bottles you eat in a day then?
One bottle does about.
But you're blowing air through with the fan and the gas, so.
So this is something called a recycling fan. It's particularly efficient and very high pressure.
Right. I doubt we're going to get much audio now, so. That's serious shit, that is. Yeah. Now that's hot. I'm not going to do too much talking in this bit. That's awesome. So the furnace is at 1400 degrees, you said?
Yeah.
And then you're pouring that metal in at 700 degrees?
Yeah, the target really is just under 700.
Right. And then they get left in the mould.
A little bit hot. We tend to run it a bit hot so we get all the definition in the
Yes.
lens.
And then they sit in that mould till tomorrow morning?
We can open one in a few minutes.
Right. Right, it might end up with a load of flames here.
No, it's all right.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So this is where you slice through there, slice the back off, and then drill holes in there and screw that to that. And
Very
slice it.
clean with the alley, innit? Right, thank you very much. There's a bit of this is kind of where we should be going back to, I think, some British industry producing stuff in our own country rather than importing it in. And if it weren't for fellas like this fella, yeah, she's done well in there. Thanks for having me. Take care. We'll catch you on the next video.